more?
I'll just run it. I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna run no mud.
The tape rolling?
I'm not gonna run no mud on her name, but I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real.
So what happened?
And I never saw that coming. Yes, you did.
I always got something to tell me. Eli, what is good, my guy?
What's going on?
How are you, man?
I'm doing well.
Now, this is funny because Eli is the only person who's ever been in every one of our studios.
Yeah, I get places, you know.
He makes sure he get him one every year, and I love it.
Yeah.
How you been though, man?
I've been good. You know, it's been a crazy year already. You know.
Has it?
Yeah, I mean, it's 2024. We got big things to do. You know.
That's facts.
So.
I've been busy as shit. What the fuck has been up, man?
Yeah, you know, a lot. You know, just hit the stage for the first time this year, January 31st, over at Crowbar.
Okay, how did that go?
Went great, you know. I had a good time. You know, we actually threw it. Me and Narrator, we hosted the show, put the whole line.
Narrator.
Yes. Shout out to bro. We did a whole show. We did it ourselves, booked it, hosted it, had a Crowbar. Yeah. So
this is your first show, and you didn't invite me. That is crazy.
You know.
You see how the family do us? Crazy. No,
you know,
I think you did invite us.
King Teams, you know, you're a busy guy, bro. So.
But how for you was taking on the whole challenge?
Yeah, a lot. I'll tell you, I almost started smoking cigarettes again. No, I'm kidding. But it was crazy. It was a lot of, you know.
I didn't know you did it the first time.
Yeah, I was from like 18 to, I don't know, 22, 23. Yeah, I quit it, and then, you know, every now and then, but but yeah. So, well, you know, it was good. It was, I mean, a lot of planning, right? You know, you got to really make sure everybody's on the same page, everybody's ready to go, getting the time sets ready to go, make sure this thing starts on time, people are engaged. So not only playing host, but, you know, you got to make sure you have enough voice by the end of the night to do your set. So it was a good time, though. I mean, we're excited to start doing some more here this year. We're going to start looking at different venues. So if you're a venue out there in Cleveland, Ohio, anywhere in Ohio, let me know. You know, we go on some things to start shaking here. So we're working, you know, been working on the new album. That's really been the main focus this year.
Okay.
And just been healing a lot. You know, I just got out of my relationship last March.
God damn it. Hold on. So we've been through every one of his relationships and his career. So you gotta update the people because for one, you made a whole album about it.
Yeah.
So this is heavy, y'all. For two, we met you before her, so we've been here longer. So now that it's over, we gotta know the whole goddamn story.
Yeah.
So tell us from start to finish, kind of from when you left off with the last album to now to moving forward and healing.
Yeah, I mean, when we left, you know, off, we were, I think, we were in the last studio. I was gonna say we were sitting by the water a long time ago, but we were by the water. You know, we've been there. We've been in the other studio. Everything was going cool. You know, I was getting ready to go to South by Southwest relatively soon after that. You know,
you went last year?
Yeah, I went last year.
Big facts.
Yeah, but opened up for Paul Wall on the weekend. It was crazy. Texas loves me, King Teeth. So next time I go back,
really?
yeah, they love me. At least I think they do because I love them. So yeah, so we went out to South by Southwest. You know, and I was just prepping, doing a lot of different stuff. Job switches, you know, in the 9-to-5 work at the time, and I go to South by Southwest, and I'm out there. I was supposed to be out there for 3 days, just do a show in Austin and come back home. And I get told by the promoter. No, I get told by the promoter. Shadow Rare Royalty out there. They're based out of New York, but they were out there doing their thing in Texas, and we were out there and performing for 3 days. We get told on the day of the show, hey, we're mad because you guys are flying out of Houston on Tuesday. We have a show in Houston Tuesday. Because they were going all over. It was like a tour across Texas for South by Southwest.
Really?
And we centered in Austin, downtown Austin, that Friday, opened up for Paul Wall. So
that's fire. So you extended your stay?
Yeah, I mean, what else am I going to do?
Fucking
I called her up and I said, hey, this isn't really a question, you know, or, you know, I'm not asking you. I'm letting you know that I'm going to be in Texas probably till about next Friday or Saturday. Yeah, sure. So we ended up doing shows in San Antonio, did shows in Houston.
Did you have a job when you got back?
Oh, yeah, I was starting up a new job at the time. So yeah, no, everything was cool. No, the job was good. You know, it's just, it was crazy. It was my first real time out on my own doing my thing. Obviously, I was out there, you know, at the time with King Pala, and we were doing our thing. And it was crazy. You know, we didn't pack enough for 10 days worth of trip, right?
That's
so,
beautiful, though.
you know, a Walmart trip was beautiful. You know, yeah, I need to get some underwear and socks, man.
Now.
You know,
hey,
so
they got Reebok in there.
Yeah. So we did our thing. You know, we opened up for Paul Wall. You know, I had that whole trip. Come home, and I guess she just wasn't happy with me anymore. Yeah. I guess she just, some stuff happened. I'll leave that between me and her.
Come.
Yeah, no, I mean, I told her
you
that.
Had to extend.
Yeah.
She probably felt alone.
Maybe.
You open up for Paul Wall.
Yeah.
And then you get back and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll be honest, like, at the end of the day, it's like, I spent, checking in with her, throughout the trip. It's not like I went MIA, put Do Not Disturb on and out there partying. Yeah, I mean, I'm a real guy, So it's like, I would check in with her, before shows, during the show, even give her a little call, give her an update after the performance, check in with her in the morning, at night, like, real shit, right? I don't swear a lot, so that's real. So, and I do, all this, come back home, she's not happy with me. And I leave a little, between me and her, some things that went on that just wasn't cool. But, long story short, I have my stuff out in the apartment, and by the weekend, had all my stuff lined up for me, ready to take out. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It just felt like there were some grimy things going on.
Man,
I won't really get into
shit,
I won't get into it too
lined up.
Yeah, I won't get into it too much. I just think, people show their true colors. It's a beautiful thing. Last year showed me a lot of true colors.
Even more
I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna run no mud.
The tape rolling.
I'm not gonna run no mud on her name, but I'll keep it real.
So what happened? Because we got a few minutes. So what happened? Now you come home, everything hell breaks loose, and it didn't immediately end. You try to stick it out.
Yeah, I tried to stick it out. I mean, I think there was some feelings there because I was in Texas for 10 days.
Right.
I mean, I'm Eli Moon, right? And
right.
I don't like to believe it sometimes, but I am Eli Moon, and I think I think it was bothering her that she wasn't there. Now she had stuff going on; she wasn't able to go. She had just started a new job. You can't PTOs with these new jobs, she wasn't able to be there. I come home. And, I'll just say it. I was kind of feeling like, maybe I'll leave a little bit underneath, the rug, won't share everything. But come home, and she surprised me with these pregnancy tests.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I'm like, holy shit. Fresh off opening for Paul Wall. I'm in Texas. Yeah. Now I'm in Ohio again. And I'm going to be a dad. So that kind of like shell shocked me. I'm calling everybody I know, like, keeping it low key, but I don't know how to be low key. Right. It's never been me. Right. You know that. So I call everybody. But then I start feeling weird because now she's taking 2 negative tests when I've been home. Now these tests were before I came home. And so I come home, she surprised me with this. Then she takes 2 negative tests. Turns out she wasn't pregnant. She was just trying to keep me to stay.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were fake. We went to the doctor, confirmed it.
Whoa.
That she wasn't pregnant.
So is that I'm out of here?
So before I could really process all of it, she had all my stuff out when I was out and about with family.
So she beat you to the punch.
She had all my stuff and took my key and told me come grab all my stuff. So I'll tell you, I'm sick of fucking moving. I've moved about 4 times in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, so that was a shell shock, right? I mean, this is the first time I really opened up and said something, and you always get all the crazy stuff.
Right.
So, this is another crazy thing. But yeah, it was crazy. I thought I was going to be a dad, and from expecting that to it's not real, which, I mean, that's a blessing in disguise because she really was crazy then, right? I mean, so I dodged the bullet. So, PSA, I'm not a father. I don't have any kids on the way. But she tried to get me, keep me to stay there, and had to spill the beans. She wasn't pregnant, and I move out. So that's that.
To take it back to the music, when do you get back? 'Cause that's a lot. That can take anybody away from performing, recording, all of it. So when did you take it? When did you get back to the music? Was it immediately? And did you put your feelings as you usually do into the music immediately, or did it take a second?
Yeah, no, I started writing immediately after. I mean, I didn't stop. Music keeps me going, and I mean, you go over something like, I mean, I'll be honest, to this day, I'm still kind of going through like some trauma from that, like, having something you felt like was like, wow, we're about to have a family to, was all just a ploy to keep me to stay, and it wasn't real, kind of messes with my brain a little bit. But I just started writing, how I felt, how, I feel like I wasted, 3 years, for somebody to show their true colors. It was a shame. But I just started writing. I didn't drop a ton really after that. I dropped the album Writing Hands in February of last year. And then after that, like I said, I went to Texas. That happens in the end of March. kind of take that healing process, writing a ton. I dropped a few songs. Dropped a song with Lil Yoda and Ruthless June out of Texas, out of San Antonio.
So you made some relationships.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Texas was great. I mean, built a lot of great relationships from people from different cities. Everybody was over there, you know, from different cities, different states. It was a good time. So we did that. You know, I do that song and then really kind of stayed low key the rest of the year. I did drop Liddy as well and did that out in New York. So me and Paolo went out to New York and Brooklyn. We went to Brooklyn and we did a few radio interviews out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to DTF Radio. We did an interview with them and Rare Royalty was out there. We did another interview with them and did a show in Brooklyn and it was cool. That was super cool because I got to be in the big city. Like I know Brooklyn's not New York City, but it's basically New York City. To Cleveland, a Cleveland guy, like anything big city, New York is,
New York.
yeah. So, and they're probably gonna get mad that I said that. So Brooklyn, you are New York City. But I was in Brooklyn. I wasn't in Times Square, but it was still like that vibe. That it was just like a big city feel, and it was incredible.
Was that your first time?
Yeah. And we got to go see Times Square too, and I really enjoyed all the parts of it. But it's cool to see like how they all rock for their own like. I can't think of the name of it. The precincts or like the different like boroughs. There it is, not precinct. I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, they're in the different bureaus, and you got Brooklyn, you got Long Island, you got all these, and they all came out for this show. Like you had all of them in the building, so it was cool. But like in terms of dropping music, I wasn't dropping a ton. I was just I wasn't sure what to drop next, and so I just kind of sat on everything. Didn't do a lot of shows. Performed a few times at the end of the year, but just more so my old stuff, and then. Like the end of the year, beginning of January, I started thinking, I was talking to the narrator and I said, man, so during this last 6, 7, 8, 9 months, whatever you want to say, I was drinking a ton, right? I mean, a lot. And, it wasn't like, for me, drinking a lot used to be like 1 or 2, Jack and Cokes and then I'm cool. Like, but they were going down like, it's pretty smooth. So I was drinking a lot and I don't know if it was, I was trying to fill the void of something I was missing. Or what it was, but I was drinking a lot. So I got this idea, and we started working on this album where I kind of dissected how when you're drinking, it's hard to move past like what you're truly trying to uncover about like yourself or a situation. Like you can drink and you can get past the night, and it's a real nice cure for the evening. But in the morning, you're gonna have to wake up and. Not only are you going to be more than likely hungover, you're also still going to have to be facing that reality that you're looking at. So that's what the album we're working on right now is called Feelings Hurt More When You're Drinking. So
That's a great title.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It reminds me of the first one you put out.
Conversation Tells While No One's Around. Yeah. I know you like that one too.
I did.
Yeah. So we're working on that.
You a narrator, right?
Yes, of course. That's the bro. And I mean, he's literally the reason I'm the artist I am today.
When is that slated for?
It's tough to tell right now, but I'm saying I want to say soft release right now, maybe April, end of April, beginning of May. We're taking our time with this one. We still got a little bit of work to do still.
So what's the feeling for that one? So drinking a lot, obviously.
Yeah, but
talking about drinking a lot.
Yeah, I mean, not even necessarily just talking about drinking a lot, like just more so talking about the feelings that come around with like drinking and just in terms of just feeling impaired or just out of it. Like, I mean, feelings hurt more when you're drinking, but they still hurt a lot more when you're still sober. So I talk about that come down of like the next day or like later on in the evening. It's kind of like set up at like a club bar setting. It's kind of the way the album kind of takes you. Like you're walking with me into one of my experiences. I'm figuring everything out in life. It's gonna be part of a 2-part series, probably more than likely for the album.
Video attached to that?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm gonna have music videos. We're gonna try to put some cool things together for that.
Okay.
I've been really thinking about the business side of things a lot more here, and like I'm lacking in music videos. I know like that's a big thing for me that I addressed this year when I started looking back. Where can we improve on? Where can I improve on? And it's really like more content in terms of visuals. I know I've been kind of a ghost on social media. I haven't been around. And that's just, truth be told, I'm just kind of trying to figure out when it's the right time to kind of announce that I'm like, here's my next project, here I'm ready to go. I know by the time this is out, I'll probably be active on social media again. So, but just kind of trying to make sure everything's calculated and correct when I'm doing my thing this year, because I've busted my butt for the last 5 years now at this point to get to this point. To where I did travel out to Texas, I did travel out to New York, I traveled out to these different places, made a name, made connections. you know, I mean, look from where we first started when you thought I was a guitar player.
Right.
When I was opening up for Rift Flames, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, now I don't like addressing my own popularity or anything like that, because I think it's all in the eyes of the beholder. Like, everybody has a fan base. Like, if you go to these shows, everybody has a fan base. But I do believe that I've put myself in position to be one of the next people out of Cleveland, Ohio to make a name nationally.
You've been saying that.
And I mean, it's about time, and this is the year where we come, you know, correct, calculated, and just leaving an impact, because we're making music right now, me and Narrator, that leaves an impact. You're not going to just put this on and forget about it in 2 weeks. This is going to be an album where you're going to go back and reflect on it when you need something to listen to. One of those songs that, you know, maybe it speaks to you more than the others. You're going to go back and listen to that. I think there's a song on this album for everybody, but that's how my music's always kind of been. So
I love it. Well, in closing, what for you is brand-wise? So I see the hat. You blessed me with a shirt. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got a right here.
What for you? How do you expand the brand of Eli Moon?
Yeah, well, I gotta give this to you first. I have to show the people.
The brand has expanded.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you expand the brand, people. No, I think, you know, we talked about social media. That's a big thing. Yeah. I think just doing more shows, being more active in the city, just being more present. Now, I've been going to a lot of shows. Even if I'm not in the bill, I was just at Crowbar's 2-year anniversary. There's some really talented artists I want to go see in the city, and just trying to be present. I know, like, Stream Space doing that rap champ, and, you know, I was just on Stream Space last week.
Yeah, shout out Stream Space.
Yeah, shout out Stream Space.
We're definitely tapping in with y'all soon.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, Savage and them do their thing over there, and we were there last week.
We're doing our thing.
So, you know, and you guys are doing your thing too. So I just, you know, I mean, always. So, you know, we're, you know, just being on like interviews like this, and, you know, and being able to talk about what's kind of going on. Because I'll be honest, like, when I started talking about what I was talking about at the beginning of this interview, it kind of makes me still think, like, you know, I'm a good guy, so I don't want to, like, ever throw dirt on anybody's name, no matter how wrong they've done me. Right. So, but I think
speak your truth.
Speak my truth, and I think that's how you expand the brand, is you speak the truth, whether it's on social media, you're at shows and you're networking and just talking and enjoying live music, when you're at your own shows, like, being real, being a human being, and embracing, like, all that life brings at us, because, you know, life gets uncomfortable, but I think that's what makes us grow, and that's when you're your strongest, is when you're uncomfortable. So, you know, I've had long talks, you know, with the bro Narrator, you know, that, like I said, I'm not Eli Moon without him. Like, he's truly helped form me into the artist I am today, and, you know, we've had a lot of long talks about what this year is going to bring, and all I can really sum it up in one word is just greatness, right? I mean, that's what we're bringing. So, album's coming out a little bit later on this year.
What's it called again?
Feelings Hurt More When You're Drinking.
That's a great title, y'all.
Yeah, so.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be some shit in there.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
He's back in his bag, y'all.
Yeah.
He was on his lovey-dovey. I wasn't sure about it. But when he be talking that real, Eli really has some thought-provoking conversations that really get you thinking. So, you know, always thank you, my brother.
Always, I appreciate you. Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you one more time, because I know the family knows you, but it has grown a couple people, so let them know where they can find you.
Yeah. At the Man They Call Moon on Instagram. We have the Facebook page going. I got to get a little more active on there. Eli Moon Music, and you just look for the logo. And, yeah, that's where I'm really active. But you can catch me at a show. Come find me in person. I'm not hard to find. I'm just a guy with the long blonde hair and the hat. So come find me. Come talk to me. And, you know, let's be human beings and talk together, because that's how we're going to grow as a world. We got to talk this thing out, because there's been a lot of stuff, and if we keep it buried, we're never going to blossom. Yeah, we got to blossom. So.
This is King Network. We out of here. Peace. Appreciate you, man.